Abusia for ya mamu nyina kwa basronko ede ba hanum na ana me no ka sei de Ghana ne wonsem sisin so Ghana hanum ye tensempa se mo be ka ya eye NDC amanyokuo no ene NPP amanyokuo no akwa ye se obi aba wo hwe de ne dwuma eso eni ene ade enti abusia for abra NPP amanyokuo no eba ye na ade ba ko omo ye omo adwene se ankomo be ye se de be ya Ghana anase timamufo omo te omo yemo ho ebe ha omo pa aye se omo de dollar ebe ko fom na kire so oman ni mu aye ha na oman ni mu aye ntemtem enu nti omo ko for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ba se wombra na kire se nam no ne background e fa economy ho ne ade na obo no ho moden a bibia ekoyi ede ma no nti wombra na ombe boa na dollar no entimi enko fom enu nti oba ye no be kika brofo akese say when the exchange rate is then the obekika brofo akese pa de bobo so e ka so obe arrested dollar ni nyina no obekika say foundation ye week then the exchange rate no be expose when e ade ma obekika say makese pa e de boss ne to kokoko yi echire no na chese dollar no kwa na ekosoro o ene de okokoto ade wozi mi twa kwema ko fatika ba oba no ne atu ni emim Ghana fo ne bibide na etwa ajajo na so ekoko ye say NDC amanyoku no e ba ye ne de dollar no kwa na ekofom ma na me no kasa krampo de o ma sha driver fo mpo say o monteti eye lorry fare na te car bo so 15% sidi ebe ya atimemu ni bi owo man mu anase obi okọ bebi biara ebetimi enya freedom no wetimi akwa basikase mu ene ade na no na lawyer ba ko ani din ade eye Tamakloe ba bonten abetutu bi ade ama eye MPP amanyoku ni se he mo na mo kofa eye dollar ba ye ne be ma dollar ba form na den na so kokoko wie chire no na dollar krampo ko soro e ma Ghana for yintimi entohwe ebusiam yenko ne yenkoti ensem ono ankasa ode tudwa.
I am not surprised really hearing Dr. Bawumia on the usual thing. You know, when you lead a political party as the leader of the party into an election and you come back and you return a verdict, where today as we speak, in about 4 regions of this country, the MPP has no parliamentary representation. That's about 54 seats on the go. No representation. You have a situation where in about 5 regions, MPP has only 1 seats out of 43. When you have that kind of scorecard, what you do is to be sober and not immediately put on a different, cloth and begin to pontificate esoteric economic theories immediately. Sober. You are known to be an economist. Your boss, Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, told us, say, see deny hata. And so he is bringing you to come and give strength to the Ghana city. What has happened? You left at the point where the city even rose to 17. Inflation at a point went to 54%. This is your scorecard. Post 1992, maybe Doc will help me. I don't remember the last time inflation went as far as 54. I think the last time I checked in my economy of Ghana, it was during the PNDC era, the drought. It went to 154 or something %. And since then, they had been consistent work to work things out. But you see, Bawumia finds himself in a very tight corner. 1, he needs to find a way to energize the base of the MPP. 2, to also position himself that of all the men in the MPP, like they say, of the West, he's the better among them. Because if not, he should permanently keep quiet and allow Atofose, the governor of Bank of Ghana and others, to work this economy. Look, this economy doesn't like noise.
This
particular economy doesn't like noise. Do you know why I say so? Have you heard Atofose says he had arrested the CD, the dollar and given the key to IGP? No. He just focused on doing his work. Have you seen Atofose had a press conference and begin to name the members of the economic management team?
No, what is solid
What
team?
a solid team. Have you seen him? No, he just focused doing his work. Bawumia lives off hype. He lives off hype. Yeah. And that is his undoing. Yeah. In the 2024 election, it is Bawumia's own words that finished the campaign.
Yeah.
His own words, the things he said before, and he's not learned from it. Thankfully, my first degree was in economics. The Ghanaian economy, and if you look at the trends, it's almost cyclical.
Yes.
We go back, we go back,
from
we
the
go
60s.
back. From the 60s. It's because of the unique nature of this economy doesn't really respond to certain things. So you need to be sober when you are managing it. But look, let me respond quickly to something so that I can take leave.
Yes, but the quick structure. You see, the structure and fundamentals of our economy hasn't changed.
Exactly the point. So that's why I'm coming.
As we speak. So you would. That's why the caution is to be measured in.
No, but you see, so far,
celebrating
no,
the gains that we are seeing.
No, as for the gain, we will celebrate it. And the reason is simple. If it had gotten worse, what would be our response?
That you are not performing well.
Perfect. If it had gotten worse, in fact, with all this light problem that we are having, the minority held a press conference and blamed it squarely on John Mahama.
Yes.
Why are they not blaming it on Bawumia?
8 years when they didn't
Of his 8 years. In fact, as late as October 2024, Doc or Prof, you know they were supposed to shut down the various plants for maintenance. Yeah. But because of the election, they kept the plants on. Yeah. We have come to face that challenge. But you can't say because of politics, you want to leave the plants on. So we needed to bring it, shut them down for maintenance. Because if you don't maintain it too, it will create another problem, and that will be bigger.
Thank you.
In a way, they say, small shame is better than bigger shame.
Okay.
So put it down, maintain it for the sake of tomorrow. That is policy choice. That is prudent. But you see, on the substantive matter, Dr. Bawumia says that what is it that John Mahama's government has done that is yielding this positive impact? Who paid the domestic debt, the bonds? Who paid it? Was it Bawumia?
No.
Is that not policy?
It is.
Bawumia says we are not spending, and that is why the cedi is stable. With respect, when we pay the bondholders, what were we doing? It's not spending. Bawumia's idea of spending in economics is going to buy tomatoes
so you haven't paid contractors,
and paying contractors.
And so on.
Government expenditure, and Doc will tell you, it's in three folds. The statutory payment, interest and amortization, and like, you know, for capital, you know, expenditure and others. You left a painful haircut for people. One administration came for whatever, and you read Gideon Boako and the rest saying John Mahama had borrowed so much. You heard them?
Yes, yes. Earlier.
So in one breath, they are saying, but this government has also ensured, with respect, to pay people. So there's expenditure going. But what government has done, and what Atoforsen is doing now, is to ensure fiscal prudence. Fiscal prudence. That is policy choice. He could have decided that in the midst of all these challenges, let me just pull and go to Bank of Ghana. For the first time in the history, monetary policy-wise, Bank of Ghana printed over 64 billion or so into the system. In fact, at the point that they even breached the Bank of Ghana Act, that requires how much of overdraft or money you can put into the system. That's policy choice. So when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says that, what is it that John Mahama has done? It is either it is deliberate, or he just wants, as usual, to play politics with the issue. It is leadership. Right. It is who at the end. Simply curbing Bank of Ghana financing alone is giving confidence to people out there that these people who have come are not going to behave otherwise. Look, so I'll conclude on this.
Quickly.
When this administration came, we needed to meet the IMF. they needed certain policy choices to reflect in the budget. If not, we will not get the staff level agreement. Okay. It took President Mahama, the leadership of President Mahama, Atto-Forson and governor, to ensure that we met that staff level agreement. If not, we're not going to be entitled to the over $300 million. That alone would have messed up the economy. Okay. So when you say that you don't know what we have done, what level of dishonesty? It is this dishonesty that got you the 38%. And instead of waking up, 41%. Okay, then it's what?
It says 41.
41, oh, very well. I've amended my earlier statement.
But it's fine, it's fine. Go.
So I am saying that it is this level of dishonesty that got him the 41%. I think I'll just end it on this. Leadership is everything.
Indeed.
The rest is the effect of it.